today we'll talk about color. I want to share some thoughts on this huge subject. And I actually, so there are 7 notes in music. There are 3 primary colors in the world: blue, red, and yellow. We can say there are 5 primary colors with white and black, but that's all. Everything else is made out of those colors. And the amount of songs and melodies that have been created out of 7 notes, and amount of color combinations that have been created of just those 3/5 primary colors is absolutely incredibly endless. I did a small research today because the comparison, like, what do we have? We have the sounds, we have the colors, and we have the words. So there are 7,151 languages in the world. Nobody actually even knows how many alphabets there are. I wanted to say how many letters there are in the world. Nobody even knows. There's so many. There are about possibly between 200 to 400 different alphabets. And let's say about 20 letters in each, at least, sometimes more. So, well, it's easy to make the calculations. And I was thinking, aren't we overcomplicating the way we speak? I mean, like, for example, la. Shouldn't it mean something? Or air? Shouldn't it be like very, very full of meaning? Aren't we wasting our lives on saying those sounds like complicated? Why is the word complicated so complicated? Can't it be just x or something, you know, like the African way? So imagine how much more we would be able to say if we didn't waste our life on this. And thanks God that English is a very simple and beautiful language, and that's why it's taking over the world. And it's easy to learn, it's easy to express yourself, and a lot of languages are not that way at all. But yeah, well, it's just a thought that I will be thinking for a while. So color is a language. You can say so much, and the colors those primary colors, and even though their combinations, we will go into this, the meaning of each color, the essence, the emotion that each color brings, and we already talked about it a little bit before, but now we'll start with color and into emotions and the meaning of it. So color is everything. We would be completely blind if there was no color. I mean, that's what happens to blind people. They just don't see anything. And what happens okay, we are surrounded with color in nature, but everything else, that's actually our choice of the language to speak. And with these 3 main colors, we can create a language of our own. And this is what design is quite a lot about, creating this very subtle, very meaningful, very beautiful language with just a little bit color, or with a lot of it, or with the combinations and the shades and the small notes of red and the blue. And so that definitely is a choice we make. But we make this choice on a daily basis. And clothes, for example. I just don't wear black. I have one black thing in my wardrobe, and when I wear it, it's quite meaningful to me. It happens on special days. Yeah, we'll get into that separately. So choosing the colors we surround ourselves with is, it's not just, it has to happen consciously. It has to be, there has to be awareness around it. And it's not like, okay, this is clean, so I'll wear it. No, you make your day. And the choice of clothes, like my husband just went from completely black and everything to at least some shades of sometimes not mixable colors, but still, yeah, I applaud his bravery. And so these choices, we really need to be careful about it, because we sometimes, without thinking, without putting any meaning, can destroy our day, or can destroy a week, or can destroy somebody else's day. So, yeah, the choice is ours. And I'm talking about the house, because I've been, okay, there are so many examples that you can see if the walls are green and the sofa is pink, and the walls are yellow and the sofa is black, and blah, blah. I mean, it's absolutely endless, and there are so many good books about it. But I was doing a lot of lectures on these color combinations, and you can, it's like you start and you never finish. And it's, I mean, it's a million songs, a million melodies that you can actually play in a room through color. But what I think is important, and that's one point that actually, yeah, is important in many ways, is I think it's important to plan for the future. So instead of thinking, okay, I'm going to make a room, a house, a space in these colors because I feel that way now, we should think about how do we want to feel in the future? How do we want to be? How do we want to live 5 years from now, 10 years from now? And what do we need to do to make this happen? If 5 years from now I want to be completely calm person who is totally satisfied with everything in life and doesn't want too much, doesn't need too much, has left beyond the dreams of becoming a billionaire, how is that going to look? And I'm talking about myself. I'm nothing bad with dreams of being a billionaire. Maybe they will come back. But, yeah, so we need to plan that future, and we need to imagine ourselves or the people we're building for, or the people who come and visit, and think how they're going to feel, how we want them to feel some time ahead. And that is, that's a big message. An equally big message, but it's such a tiny thing, and it's a sentence that may sound funny, but change your cushions, change your life. It's that easy. A couple of cushions and an object here, a picture there, and it's really life-changing, and it's very, very simple. And those kind of experiments, because people are, like, I heard so many times people saying, I'm scared of orange. What's wrong with you? Oh, I don't like yellow. Like, seriously, what? So this fear of doing something new, fear of doing something different, if it's just about a cushion, I mean, how scary can it be? In the worst case, you can burn it, you know, if it scares you so much. So that is, that's this point. Next point that I want to bring up is healing through color. And, well, color therapy is becoming, slowly but surely, is becoming a tool in modern medicine. And though it's not approved by, you know, traditional doctors, but they don't approve of many good things, so it's used and it's working. And it's been used since ancient Egypt. The Egyptians had those special rooms which were used for healing, where the light was coming through colored glass, and the person was placed in front of that light, and he was getting better. And so this color therapy basically takes those, okay, the primary and secondary colors, so red, green, red, blue, and yellow, and the secondary colors which come from their combinations, so the green, the orange, and the purple. And there's been so much experiments being made, and the blue color helps from depression and pain. It makes people calmer. And it promotes sleep, so people who are struggling with insomnia should paint their bedroom blue, and poof, off you go. And red is, well, of course, energy. It's used for energizing, and so people with problems with movement are supposed to be surrounded by red or just use red light. And the green is helping from stress. Yellow, yeah, makes people more optimistic. And but also sometimes more mad. Yellow is a color of madness. It symbolizes madness. So very optimistic, very happy people, mad, kind of goes together. And actually, yeah, I was thinking about this double meanings of all these colors, but we'll get to that. Orange, everybody knows, people get hungry. So if you have problem with appetite, orange is what you need. That's why a lot of food chains are using that color. And yeah, purple is about well, meditations, everything psychic, connecting to the higher powers. Okay, that's not healing, but that is actually what is used in healing. And so the duality of each color is quite amazing. So the simple example is yellow, yeah? So if we talk about the good side of yellow, it's the light, it's the sun, it's the energy, it's the very high vibration, the happiness, gold, and madness, insanity, gold. So black, let's take black, which is, if you look for one definition of black, you will find always elegance, power, sophistication. We have some words here. Sophistication, formality, mystery. And on the other side, evil, darkness, night, despair, and fear. And how incredible. Okay, so too much happiness, too much optimism, too much energy would drive you crazy. You will be in a mental facility. Too much sophistication, power, elegance, formality, and mystery brings the evil, the darkness, the despair, and the fear. So both sides of each color are so interconnected. And I was thinking about green, though. And green, which is symbolizing life, rebirth, the vitality, and nature. It also is the color of greed. And greed, from green, is just one letter difference. Green is the symbol of American dollars. And that's why green, I mean money, like when you say what color is the money, everybody will say green or golden. Nobody will say pink, nobody will say purple, it's green. And green, greed, weird, isn't it? Yes. So black, yes, black also is certainty and authority, but also black is the lion of writing. It's calligraphy, it's the word, it's the meaning. And when there is a little bit of black, it's very, very, it brings purpose. And like we look at the book, for example, great book, by the way, about living with white and with some black in it. So almost every single picture, even upside down, lots of white and some black, lots of white and some black. So black and white is another thing. Also a world apart from everything else. And I highly recommend this book because it's exactly about that. And for me, it's very, I mean, that's what I like. Color is, it's so powerful, it's so interesting. And if we're talking back to black and white, it's this eternal struggle of life and death, of good and evil, of bad witch and the princess, and that's what the world is about. That's what the balance is, and not just human world, but the natural world. You know, the crocodile will eat a bird, and yeah, shitty things happen, and volcanoes do erupt, but then the grass grows greener. And yeah, colors are quite amazing. And there are some things which are called power colors. And I keep this one, for example. I never wear it, but I keep it in my wardrobe. When I go to Moscow, I wear it because I need it. Because I really, this gives me power. This, I put it on, I know that this color surrounds me. I feel it now, physically feel it. And I feel stronger. I feel that I can take this driving through this huge city, for the traffic, the pollution, the place which I left for many, many reasons. And this makes me strong. And it's also nice to open the wardrobe and see it somewhere in the corner sometimes. This is, I use it quite a lot because purple is the color of creativity and this connection to the higher powers, and I'm desperately trying to connect. So thank you very much. It is also very helpful. Well, this is just so nice. I just like it so much. It's nice, and not power color at all, but it is power color for me because I need this niceness and softness. And this, yeah, not a power color, but very powerful. And pink, I actually heard that they are painting the cells in prisons pink. And because it kind of, well, yeah, I can understand why. But in my life, this color makes me softer because I can be a bit too, too much sometimes. And I need the softness, and I like it. And and you can notice how I'm talking differently when I have this on. And these things, I highly recommend to just make an experiment and come home, put on different clothes. You don't need to wear it, just hold it. And see how you feel, see how you change. I want to talk about Ayurveda. Okay, I'm going to keep this on. This is so nice. So Ayurveda is a wonderful, wonderful ancient tradition of medicine, and it's finally been, I think in 2015, it became an actual part of modern medicine, and it's studied in all the medical schools and so on. So it's very complex. It's very, very, very deep and very detailed. But we're going to do just a tiny thing on the surface, and this dosha test. So basically, Ayurveda is seeing every human being as combination of elements, and the point of Ayurveda is not to take something away if you have too much of something, but to balance that, to bring something in instead. Not to the body, but through your environment, through your diet, through the people you talk to, through the places you go to, and so on. So Ayurveda is seeing a person in a very, very holistic way. So it's not your bones and your gut and your veins. It's everything. It's the people you live with. It's the books you read. It's how you spend your free time, and what you eat, of course, and what you wear, and the colors. So, so for example, I am Pitta and Vata, a combination of two doshas, which is air and fire. And what I desperately need in my life is water. I need water and grounding. So I need water and earth. And for this reason, what I need to bring, what is very healthy for me in the interiors is shades of blue, glossy surfaces that remind of water or create the feeling of water, swimming pools, perfect. I need to eat a lot of soup, I need to swim, I need to be close to the ocean, I need to walk in the water, I need to drink a lot, and all shades of greens, or all shades of blues, and a little bit of green. So if, for example, the person who is just Vata, it's rarely, I mean, those tests are not, because we're all combinations of something. Rarely a person is just one dosha, there is always something else. And of course, the best would be to have all three of them in absolutely equal balance, but that's, I don't know if that ever happens on this planet. Probably it does, but, so if, for example, the person is an element, like, for example, let's take my husband. He's mostly water and earth and fire. So he, water, earth, fire. So he needs air, and he needs air. So he, in his life, in his surroundings, in his house, he needs a lot of white, something flowy, transparent, some transparent fabrics on the windows, not too much color, and basically neutral, soft, nothing too bright. A person who is Vata, for example, needs, so Vata is air, and that person needs water, though I'm pretty sure that you are Vata and Kapha. If you make I've never met a more grounded and calm person than Andra, so I'm pretty sure that you have it. So I would say that in your combination, you need air. So the same, the whiteness, the flowing, the transparent. You're probably just like me, with, water, no wonder why water calls you. So, and I think that you are actually one of those rare people who have the three of them, but not in perfect balance. So you should do a more detailed test there. And and that's just physical. So these doshas, that's just the physical structure of our bodies. Though the physical structure of our body, as thought is material, we actually made it through years of lives, and all babies are born with something already given, but the way they're going to live is going to make their body look. So our body is a reflection of our mental state, and but we can go into much deeper tests there, and it's very interesting. It's also, I see design as actually as a medical profession, and when we especially when we do projects for somebody else, or we try to help a friend with some recommendations, thinking from this side, not going like, oh, this color is so trendy now, you should put it on your walls. No, you shouldn't. This color can kill you. You should do something that actually will heal a person, which will make him live better, feel better, think better 5 years from now. And that's where I think responsibility of a designer comes as a huge thing. And I highly recommend reading a little bit about Ayurveda, not going into the whole medical thing, but it definitely helps. And you don't need to ask the person to do the test, because you see the questions there, and they're quite simple, so you can actually see who the person is.